Life will always offer you two choices, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Think about it. Waking up early to work on your dreams is hard, but waking up 10 years from now wishing you had started sooner, that's unbearable. If you want to create your best self, you must choose discipline over comfort, growth over excuses, and action over procrastination. Because one day, your future self will either thank you or resent you. The choice is yours. You see, the greatest tragedy in life is not failure. It's settling for less than what you're capable of. It's looking back with regret, knowing you had the time, the opportunity, and the ability, but you didn't take the steps. Show me your daily routine, and I'll show you your future. Success isn't some grand mystery. It's hidden in the small choices you make every single day. The way you wake up, the way you speak to yourself, the books you read, the actions you take. These are the building blocks of your future. Most people wait for a big break, but the truth is your big break comes from the little disciplines repeated over time. But here's the good news. You are not a tree, you are not stuck. You can change, you can grow, and you can build the life you were meant to live. The question is, are you willing to pay the price for the person you could become? Because the best version of you is not found in wishful thinking. It is built with discipline, decisions, and daily habits. And today, I'm going to show you how to create that person, how to master the basics of life, and unlock a future that will make you proud. The greatest challenge in life is not what happens to us. It's how we think about what happens to us. The moment you shift your thinking, everything around you begins to change. Most people live their lives reacting to circumstances, letting the world decide their future. But those who rise to success, those who create their best selves, understand a simple truth. Your future is shaped by the way you think today. You see, if you want to become your best self, you must start thinking like that person now, not tomorrow, not when things get better. Right now, the mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow. If you plant the seeds of doubt, fear, and excuses, don't be surprised when your life is filled with weeds of failure. But if you plant the seeds of growth, confidence, and action, you will reap a future of abundance. A man once asked, "How do I change my life?" The answer is simple. Change how you think. If your thinking is small, your results will be small. If your thinking is average, your results will be average. But if your thinking is big, your life will expand to match it. It has always been that way. The poor man thinks in limitations, what he can't do, what he doesn't have, why things won't work. The rich man thinks in possibilities, what he can do, what he can learn, how he can make things work. One mind leads to struggle, the other to success. A young man came to me years ago, frustrated with his situation. He said, "I'm stuck. Nothing is working for me." I asked, "What do you read?" He said, "I don't really read." I asked, "Who do you listen to?" He said, "Just my friends." I told him, "That's your problem. Your mind is starving. Your future is waiting, but your thinking hasn't caught up. If you want to start thinking like your future best self, you must first feed your mind the right ideas. Read books that stretch your thinking. Surround yourself with people who challenge you. Listen to those who have walked the path before you. The reason some people never grow is because they keep listening to the same voices that keep them stuck. Change your input and you'll change your output. Now, here's something to remember. Your best self doesn't live in the past. It doesn't live in regret. Some people spend their whole lives looking backward, wishing they had made different choices. But the past is gone. It cannot be rewritten. What matters is what you do now. The person you want to become is waiting for you in the future, but you must take the steps today to meet them. A wise man once said, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." If you think weak, you will live weak. If you think strong, you will live strong. Your thoughts are not just ideas floating in your mind. They are instructions to your future. If you want to be healthy, think like a healthy person. If you want to be wealthy, think like a wealthy person. If you want to be disciplined, think like a disciplined person, and then act accordingly. Now, some people will say, "But I've never been that person before. I don't know how to think like them." That's the beauty of change. You don't have to know everything, you just have to start. Act as if you already are that person. Ask yourself, what would my best self do in this moment? Would they waste time or would they be productive? Would they complain or would they take action? Would they make excuses or would they find solutions? There was a time when I struggled financially. I wanted more, but my thinking was small. I thought, if only I could make a little extra, but that's all I got, a little extra. Then one day, I changed my thinking. I stopped asking, how can I survive? And started asking, how can I thrive? That one shift changed everything. Suddenly, I saw opportunities I had never noticed before. And the same will happen for you when you make the shift. Bad habits are like weeds in the garden of your life. If you don't remove them, they will choke the good seeds you're trying to plant. And the problem with weeds, they don't need permission to grow. They creep in silently, take root, and before you know it, they dominate the landscape. That's what happens when you let bad habits linger. They take control of your life, steal your potential, and make success impossible. But here's the good news. Just as bad habits are formed through repetition, they can also be broken through conscious effort. The key is awareness, discipline, and replacing them with habits that serve you instead of destroy you. It starts with understanding one thing. Every bad habit you have today was once a decision. Maybe it was small, maybe it seemed insignificant, but over time, it became automatic. You didn't decide to be late every day, but the first time you ignored the alarm clock, you set a pattern. You didn't decide to waste hours scrolling on your phone, but the first time you chose distraction over productivity, the habit was born. The problem isn't just the habit. It's the mindset that allows it to continue. If you don't take control of your decisions, they will take control of you. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. That means the person you are today is a result of the habits you've built, consciously or unconsciously. If you want to change your life, you must change your habits. And if you want to change your habits, you must change how you think. So the first step to breaking bad habits is to become brutally honest with yourself. Identify them. Don't sugarcoat them. Don't make excuses, just list them out. Are you always running late? Do you waste time on unproductive activities? Are you inconsistent with your commitments? Do you spend more than you earn? Every habit that holds you back must be exposed to the light of awareness before it can be removed. Once you recognize a habit that isn't serving you, the next step is to replace it. Because here's the truth. Habits don't just disappear. You don't just stop a bad habit. You must replace it with a better one. If you want to stop wasting time, replace distraction with a productive activity. If you want to stop procrastinating, create a habit of immediate action. If you want to stop overspending, build the habit of budgeting. The key is substitution. You must consciously introduce a habit that aligns with your goals and commit to it until it becomes second nature. Now, here's where discipline comes in. Breaking a habit isn't easy because the mind loves comfort. It doesn't want change. It wants familiarity. That's why the first few days of breaking a habit feel like a battle. But here's a lesson. Discipline is doing what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it. When you recognize that urge to fall back into old patterns, pause. Ask yourself, is this leading me closer to my best self or pulling me further away? If you can control that small moment of decision, you can break the habit. One of the most powerful tools for breaking habits is your environment. If you want to change your behavior, change your surroundings. If you're trying to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. If you want to stop wasting time on social media, remove the apps from your phone. If you want to stop being negative, stop surrounding yourself with negative people. Your environment will either support your success or encourage your failure. Be intentional about the people, places, and influences in your life. And finally, be patient with yourself. Habits are built over time, and they are broken over time. You won't get it perfect on the first try, but that's not what matters. What matters is persistence. What matters is that you keep showing up, keep making the right choices, and keep moving in the direction of your best self. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll wake up and notice that those bad habits no longer have a hold on you. You will have replaced them with strength, discipline, and habits that serve you instead of enslave you. The journey to success isn't about making one big decision. It's about mastering the small decisions you make every day. If you can conquer your habits, you can conquer your future. Life will test you. That's not a question, it's a certainty. The real question is, will you be strong enough to handle the test? Because here's what I've learned. Success isn't reserved for the smartest, the luckiest, or even the most talented. Success goes to those who refuse to quit. It belongs to those who develop the mental toughness to keep pushing forward when everything in them wants to give up. If you can master your mind, you can master your life. Mental toughness is built the same way physical strength is built, through resistance. If you go to the gym and lift only the lightest weights, you'll never get stronger. If you avoid difficult workouts, your body will stay weak. The same is true for your mind. If you avoid challenges, if you run from discomfort, if you break down every time something gets hard, you'll never develop the strength you need to win in life. Toughness is built in the struggle. It's forged in the moments when you want to quit but don't. You see, the biggest enemy to success isn't failure, it's the fear of failure. People don't even try because they're afraid of what might happen. But let me tell you something. The most successful people in the world have all failed, and they failed more times than the average person even tried. What separates them isn't talent, it's resilience. It's the ability to take a hit, get knocked down, and still get back up. Because they know that failure isn't final, it's just feedback, it's just a lesson. And if you learn from it instead of running from it, failure becomes fuel for growth. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." And that's the truth. You don't control the economy, the weather, or other people, but you do control how you respond to every situation. You control whether you react with panic or with poise. You control whether you focus on problems or solutions. And that choice determines your future. So how do you train yourself to be mentally tough? First, stop avoiding hardship. When something is difficult, don't look for the easy way out. Face it. If a situation makes you uncomfortable, step into it instead of running away. If a challenge seems overwhelming, tackle it piece by piece instead of giving up. The more you push through discomfort, the stronger you become. Second, control your self-talk. Most people sabotage themselves before they even start. They say, "I can't do this," or "What if I fail?" But tough people don't speak like that. They say, "I will figure this out," or "If I fail, I'll learn and try again." Words shape your reality. If you want to be strong, speak strength into your life. Third, develop emotional control. Weak-minded people let emotions dictate their actions. They get angry and lash out. They get discouraged and quit. They let fear paralyze them. But the tough ones, they master their emotions. They acknowledge fear, but don't let it stop them. They feel frustration, but don't let it cloud their judgment. They train themselves to remain calm under pressure, and that's what makes them unstoppable. And finally, never let difficulty break your spirit. Life will knock you down, that's a fact. But what matters is whether you get back up. The strongest people aren't the ones who never fell. They're the ones who kept rising, no matter how many times they fell. Every struggle you go through is strengthening you for something greater. Every hardship is preparing you for the success that's coming. If there's one trait that separates the successful from the unsuccessful, the wealthy from the broke, the fulfilled from the frustrated, it's self-discipline. Not talent, not luck, not intelligence. Discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. You see, emotions are unreliable. If you rely on motivation, you'll never achieve anything great because motivation comes and goes. One day you feel like working hard, the next day you don't. But discipline is steady. Discipline is what carries you forward when motivation fades. Think about it. Anyone can start something. Anyone can begin a new habit, a new goal, a new journey, but most people don't finish. They start a business but give up when it gets hard. They begin exercising but quit after a few weeks. They set big goals but never follow through. Why? Because they never developed the discipline to stay committed when things got tough. And that's the difference. Success isn't about how you start, it's about how you finish. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. And that's the truth. Success isn't one big action. It's a series of small, disciplined actions repeated consistently over time. The wealthy didn't get rich overnight. They built the habit of saving and investing daily. The healthy didn't transform their bodies in a week. They exercised and ate right consistently. The successful in any field weren't just born with their skills. They practiced every single day, even when they didn't feel like it. The challenge is that discipline requires sacrifice. It's easy to sleep in. It's easy to eat whatever you want. It's easy to spend money recklessly. But the easy road leads to a hard life. The disciplined road, the road where you wake up early, where you push yourself, where you make wise decisions, that road leads to freedom. And here's the irony. Most people avoid discipline because they think it's restrictive. But in reality, discipline is what creates freedom. If you have health discipline, you gain the freedom to live a long, energetic life. If you have work discipline, you gain the freedom to achieve your dreams. So, how do you build self-discipline? First, make a commitment to yourself that you will not negotiate with your excuses. Most people lose the battle in their minds before they even start. They say, I'll wake up early unless I'm too tired. I'll go to the gym unless it's raining. I'll save money unless I want something right now. Discipline means removing the option to quit. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. Period. No debate, no excuses. Second, start small but be consistent. Don't try to change everything overnight. Focus on small daily habits that build discipline. If you want to get in shape, start with 10 minutes of exercise every day. If you want to read more, start with 10 pages a day. The key is not how much you do, but that you do it every single day. Small disciplines compound into massive results over time. Third, learn to push through discomfort. Discipline isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about doing what's right, even when it's hard. When your mind says, I don't feel like it, that's the exact moment you must do it anyway. Every time you push past resistance, you strengthen your self-discipline. Every time you give in, you weaken it. And finally, remind yourself of the cost of not being disciplined. If you think self-discipline is painful, try regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. 10 years from now, you will either look back and be proud of the discipline you built, or you will wish you had been stronger. The choice is yours. The road to success isn't complicated, it's simple, but it's not easy. Most people won't do it. They'll take shortcuts. They'll give in to distractions. They'll quit when it gets hard. But if you choose discipline, if you stay committed, if you do the hard things today, you will enjoy a life that most people only dream of. Stay the course, and the rewards will be greater than you ever imagined. If you want to lead, if you want to influence, if you want to create wealth and success, learn how to communicate. The ability to speak with clarity, to share ideas with confidence, to inspire action with your words. This is one of the greatest skills you can develop. Look around at the most successful people in any field. What do they all have in common? They know how to express themselves. They know how to communicate in a way that moves people. Now, most people think communication is just about talking. It's not. It's about connection. It's about understanding. It's about making people feel something. A great communicator doesn't just share information. He transfers emotion. He paints a vision. He gives people a reason to listen. The difference between a leader and someone who is ignored is not intelligence. It's not hard work. It's the ability to make people listen. How do you master this art? First, think before you speak. A leader does not speak just to fill space. Every word must have purpose. Have you ever noticed how some people talk endlessly but say nothing? And then there are those who speak just a few words, but those words carry weight. The difference is intention. Before you speak, ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve? What is the message I want to deliver? How do I want people to feel? When your words have purpose, they have power. Second, simplify your message. Too many people try to sound impressive by using complicated words and long sentences. But true mastery is in simplicity. The greatest communicators, whether they are business leaders, teachers, or visionaries, know how to take a complex idea and make it clear, simple, and unforgettable. If people can't understand you, they can't follow you. And if they can't follow you, you have no influence. Third, develop confidence in your speech. If you don't believe in what you're saying, neither will anyone else. Confidence is not arrogance, it's certainty. It's knowing that your words matter. Speak with energy, speak with clarity, speak with the conviction that you are delivering something valuable. If you hesitate, if you doubt, if you shrink back, people will sense it, and they won't listen. Fourth, listen more than you speak. This is where most people fail. They want to be heard, but they don't want to hear. They want to talk, but they don't want to listen. But the best communicators are the best listeners. They understand people. They read between the lines. They listen not just to respond, but to truly understand. If you want to influence people, start by listening to them. When people feel heard, they trust you. And when they trust you, they will listen to you. Fifth, control your emotions. If you can't manage your emotions, you can't manage your words. A leader does not react, he responds. He does not allow anger, frustration, or fear to control his speech. Have you ever seen someone lose control in a conversation? They say things they regret, they destroy relationships, they lose influence, but a great communicator stays composed. He speaks with wisdom, not emotion, and because of that, his words carry strength. And finally, practice. No one is born a great speaker. It is a skill, and like any skill, it must be developed. The more you speak, the better you get. The more you refine your words, the sharper they become. Read, study great speeches, learn from those who communicate with excellence, and then practice. Because the better you become at expressing yourself, the more doors will open for you. The world listens to those who know how to communicate. The ability to speak and think like a leader is not just a nice skill to have, it is essential. Because the one who speaks with clarity, with confidence, and with purpose is the one who will always rise to the top. If you want to create a rich life, you must develop financial intelligence. It's not enough to make money. You must know how to manage it, grow it, and make it work for you. The truth is, most people struggle financially, not because they don't earn enough, but because they don't know what to do with what they earn. They spend first, save last, if they save at all. They work hard for money, but never learn how to make money work for them. And so, no matter how much they make, they stay trapped in the same cycle, paycheck to paycheck, always struggling, always behind. Financial success is not about luck. It's about understanding the rules of money and applying them with discipline. The first rule, control your spending. If you cannot control your spending, you will never be free. The average person earns money and immediately finds ways to spend it. A new car, a bigger house, fancy clothes, expensive gadgets, everything they don't need, bought with money they don't have, and then they wonder why they never get ahead. The wealthy think differently. They don't ask, how much can I spend? They ask, how much can I keep? Because what you keep is what builds wealth. The second rule is to pay yourself first. Most people work hard to pay everyone else. The landlord, the credit card company, the grocery store, but they forget to pay themselves. Before you pay your bills, before you spend on anything unnecessary, set aside a portion of your income for yourself. Save it, invest it, let it grow. Because if you don't pay yourself first, you'll always be at the mercy of your expenses. The third rule is to invest wisely. Saving is not enough. If you put all your money in a bank account earning almost nothing, inflation will eat away at it. You must learn how to multiply your money, and that means investing, but not blindly. Study the opportunities. Real estate, stocks, businesses. Choose wisely, understand the risks, and always think long term. The wealthy don't gamble with their money. They invest it in assets that grow over time. And because they think long term, they always come out ahead. The fourth rule, avoid bad debt. Not all debt is bad, but most people don't know the difference. Debt that helps you acquire income-generating assets, like a rental property or a business, is strategic. Debt that funds your lifestyle, like credit card purchases and car loans, is destructive. The poor borrow money to consume. The wealthy borrow money to create wealth. Learn the difference, and you'll stay out of the financial traps that keep so many people broke. The fifth rule is to increase your financial education. Money is a game, and those who understand the rules win. Those who don't, lose. If you don't know how money works, you will always be controlled by those who do. Read books on finance, study the habits of the wealthy, learn how businesses grow and investments multiply. Because the more you understand about money, the more control you have over your financial future. And finally, develop the mindset of financial independence. Don't just work for money, build a system where money works for you. The goal is not to work harder your entire life. The goal is to become financially free, to reach a point where your investments, your business, and your assets generate enough income to cover your lifestyle so you have the freedom to choose how you spend your time, because that is real wealth. The difference between those who struggle and those who succeed is not just how much they earn, it's what they do with what they earn. The key is not just to make money, but to master it. Because when you learn to manage and multiply your money, you don't just create wealth, you create freedom. Success is never an accident. It is the result of small, intentional actions, repeated consistently over time. If you look at anyone who has achieved great things, whether in wealth, health, relationships, or personal growth, you will find that their success was built on a foundation of daily habits. Little things done every single day that compounded into extraordinary results. The problem is, most people underestimate the power of small actions. They think success requires a massive breakthrough or some extraordinary effort. But the truth is, the small things you do daily matter far more than the big things you do once in a while. Success is not about what you do occasionally, it's about what you do consistently. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What does that mean? It means you control what you do every single day. You control your rituals, you control your habits. And when you take control of your daily actions, you take control of your future. Let me tell you something that changed my life. Your life is a reflection of your daily rituals. If you wake up late, rush through your day, and live reactively, your life will reflect that chaos. But if you wake up early, take control of your time, and start your day with purpose, your life will reflect that discipline. It's not luck, it's not magic. It's your habits shaping your future. So, what kind of rituals create success? First, start your day with intention. Don't wake up and go straight into the noise of the world, emails, news, social media. If you do, you've already lost control of your day. Instead, take time for yourself. Read something that feeds your mind. Write down your goals. Plan your day. Take a few minutes to sit in silence and think. The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Second, move your body. You don't have to become a professional athlete, but your body was made for movement. If you don't take care of it, your energy will decline, your focus will suffer, and your ability to perform at a high level will decrease. Even a short walk, some stretching, or a few minutes of exercise will make a difference. A strong body supports a strong mind. Third, commit to lifelong learning. Read every single day. Study something that expands your mind. If you invest just 30 minutes a day into learning, that's over 180 hours a year. That's the equivalent of reading dozens of books. Knowledge compounds, and the more you learn, the more you earn. The wealthy, the successful, the leaders in every field, they never stop learning. Fourth, take control of your time. Most people don't lack time, they waste it. Hours lost on distractions, mindless entertainment, and things that don't move them forward. If you want to succeed, you must become intentional about how you spend your time. Prioritize what matters. Eliminate what doesn't. Ask yourself daily, is this action leading me toward my goals or away from them? Fifth, build discipline through consistency. The great achievers in history weren't the most talented, they weren't the luckiest, they were simply the most consistent. They showed up every day, did the work, and stayed the course when others gave up, even when they didn't feel like it, even when it was hard, because they understood that the price of success is daily effort. And finally, end your day with reflection. Take a few minutes before bed to review your day. What did you do well? Where can you improve? Did you move closer to your goals? Success is a process of refinement, and those who take time to reflect will always improve faster than those who don't. These rituals may seem simple, but do not underestimate their power. A single day of discipline won't change your life, But months, years of disciplined action will transform everything. The secret to success is not found in one big moment. It's found in your daily habits. Win the day, every day, and you will win in life. Success is never handed out. It must be earned. And the price you pay is effort, discipline, and persistence. In a world where people are constantly looking for shortcuts, the truth remains unchanged. Those who work hard, who commit themselves fully, and who refuse to quit are the ones who rise to the top. A strong work ethic isn't just about working long hours. It's about working with purpose, with focus, and with a mindset that says, I will do whatever it takes to succeed. The greatest achievers in history weren't the most talented or the luckiest. They were the ones who showed up every single day and did the work. They put in the hours, they learned from their failures, and they refused to let challenges stop them. Because success is not reserved for the privileged. It is given to those who are willing to earn it. Many people want success, but few are willing to put in the work. They want the rewards without the effort. They want the lifestyle without the discipline. But life doesn't work that way. The world doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards those who take action. And if you look around at the most successful people, you will find that they all have one thing in common. They outwork everyone else. A strong work ethic is built on three things: discipline, consistency, and resilience. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early to study, to train, to improve yourself while others are still asleep. It's pushing yourself to finish a task even when distractions and excuses tempt you to quit. Consistency is showing up every day, not just when it's convenient. The person who works hard one day and slacks off the next will never achieve lasting success. It's the one who grinds every day, who builds momentum, who commits to improvement, that eventually stands out. Consistency creates habits, and habits determine your destiny. And then there's resilience, the ability to keep going when things get tough. Because the truth is, success is not a straight line. There will be obstacles, failures, and setbacks along the way. But the strongest individuals don't let those things stop them. They use them as fuel. They see every challenge as a test of their commitment. They refuse to back down, and in the end, their persistence pays off. Some people say, but I'm not talented enough, or I don't have the right connections. Let me tell you something. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You don't need natural talent to succeed. You need the willingness to improve. You don't need to be born into wealth. You need the determination to create wealth. No one is born successful. Success is built brick by brick through sweat and sacrifice. Look at the greatest athletes, the top entrepreneurs, the most influential leaders. They didn't start at the top. They worked their way up. They stayed late when everyone else went home. They studied their craft when others wasted time. They took action while others hesitated. And because of that, they created their own success. If you want to build a strong work ethic, start by setting a standard for yourself. Decide that from this moment forward, you will give your best effort in everything you do, whether it's your job, your business, your fitness, or your personal growth. Commit to excellence. Do more than what's expected. Push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Make hard work a habit. Stop looking for easy ways out. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Stop making excuses. Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. It's up to you. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll take full control of your future. The world is filled with people who wish for success, but very few are willing to put in the work required to earn it. Which one will you be? Will you be the person who talks about what they want but never takes action? Or will you be the one who shows up, who works relentlessly, and who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness? Your success is waiting, but you must be willing to put in the work to earn it. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in life. It has the ability to change your perspective, to shift your emotions, and to open doors that would otherwise remain closed. Yet most people overlook its power. They focus so much on what they don't have, on what's missing, that they fail to appreciate what they do have. And when you live in a state of lack, always feeling that something is missing, you make it impossible to truly enjoy success, no matter how much you achieve. Gratitude does not mean settling. It does not mean being satisfied with less than your potential. It means learning to appreciate the journey while still striving for more. It means recognizing the progress you've made instead of always focusing on how far you have left to go. Too many people postpone their happiness. They tell themselves, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I make more money, when I buy that house. And yet when they reach those goals, they move the finish line. They set new conditions for their happiness. And so they spend their entire lives chasing a feeling they never actually allow themselves to experience. Gratitude is about learning to celebrate the present while building for the future. It's about looking at where you are and saying, I may not be where I want to be yet, but I'm grateful for the lessons, the growth, and the opportunities I've been given. Because when you appreciate what you have, you put yourself in the right mindset to receive more. One of the greatest lessons in life is this: success is not a destination. It's a process. It's a journey. And if you don't learn to enjoy the journey, you'll never enjoy the success. I've seen people achieve everything they ever dreamed of, money, influence, prestige, and still feel empty inside. Why? Because they never learned to appreciate the steps along the way. They never paused to be grateful for what they had. They always felt like something was missing. Gratitude is a discipline. Just like success, it must be practiced daily. Start with the small things. Be grateful for the people in your life who support you. Be grateful for the opportunities you have, even if they are small. Be grateful for the lessons that come from failures and challenges, because those are the things that build character and wisdom. When you develop the habit of gratitude, your entire perspective shifts. You no longer see obstacles as barriers, you see them as stepping stones. You no longer take things for granted, you recognize their value. And most importantly, you stop waiting for some future moment to feel fulfilled, because you realize fulfillment is available to you right now. A grateful person is never poor, because even when they don't have much, they appreciate what they do have. But an ungrateful person will always feel poor, no matter how much they have, because they are blind to its value. That's why you can see some of the wealthiest people in the world feeling miserable, while others who have far less live with joy. The difference is gratitude. And here's what makes gratitude even more powerful. It attracts more success. When you are grateful, you put yourself in a state of abundance. And when you live in abundance, you naturally draw more opportunities, more relationships, and more wealth into your life. Have you ever noticed that people who are always complaining seem to attract more problems? It's not a coincidence. Your mindset shapes your reality. What you focus on expands. Focus on what's missing, and you will always feel like something is missing. Focus on what you have, and you will always feel like you have enough. If you want to create your best self, start with gratitude. Make it a daily habit. Wake up and write down 3 things you are grateful for. End your day reflecting on what went well. Train your mind to focus on the good, and you'll start to see more of it. Because the truth is, life is not just about how much you achieve, it's about how much you appreciate along the way.